Now in our last video on SportsJOE.ie, we had a look at two illegal things that a prop might do to gain an advantage in the scrum. First of all, we had a look at the illegal binds that a tight head prop might take, and secondly, we had a look at the illegal driving that a loose head prop might use. This time round, we're going to look at two more aspects of illegal scrummaging. First of all, we're going to look at hinging in the front row, and secondly, we're going to have a look at the back row and see what role a flanker can take if his prop is under pressure. First, we're going to take a look at hinging, where the prop forces his opponent to collapse by raising and lowering himself at the hips. The front rows engage as usual, but the player to watch here is the loose head prop circled. Keep an eye on his hips as he drops his weight downwards, forcing his opponent to collapse. We'll look at it now in slow motion. Again, keep an eye on the direction of the drives. For referees, watching the hips of each prop will give you the best indication as to who's infringing. Next, we're going to look at something Ireland tried a couple of times against England, their flanker detaching from the scrum to drive in on the prop, usually used when the prop comes under pressure. In the laws of the game, we can see that while the flanker can drive into the scrum at any angle, he must remain bound to the second row of the scrum at all times. In this instance, our tight head prop on the left is going to get the initial shove on his opponent, at which point the blindside flanker shifts his bind from his second row to his prop and begins to drive inwards. We'll watch it again in slow motion and keep a close eye on the flanker's right arm as it moves from the second row to the prop. This tactic is extremely dangerous as it means the opposition prop now has players driving in on him from two angles and should be stamped down on heavily by referees. So that's it for another scrum video here on SportsJOE.ie. Coming up next week, we're going to be taking a close look at the differences between an illegal wheel and a legal wheel at scrum time.